Hello, my name is Mark Henry, and I'm going to be showing you my current setup and layout for Thinkorswim's trading platform, and I'll also show you how to recreate it yourself if you'd like. First, I like to have a intraday minute chart on the top left. I like to have a daily chart on the right. I'll have my news and information down here on the left, and then I'll have two different time and cells. I'll have the one on the left only shows cells that equal 2,000 shares or more. Well, actually, it's 20,000 shares or more because it's multiplied by 100. So show greater than or equal to 20,000 share cells. This one I just have on show all sizes. The reason why I have this is it gives me a little bit of an idea of what some of the bigger players are doing, and then just an overall look at how the cells are going. Then right here I have my level 2 information, and then right here we have the active trader. This is where I enter in all of my trades. So starting back at the top left, this is the minute or intraday minute chart, and how we do that is this little box right here, and you'll go to time frame, intraday, tell it how many days you want to be able to view. And I've got it set on 2, and then what the aggregation period is, meaning that at 1 minute each candle is going to represent 1 minute. You can change it to 5 minutes, 2 minutes, whatever. If you do 5 minutes, then each candle will represent 5 minutes of trading. So again, I've got it set at 1 minute, and then if you click the star here, it'll put it in your favorites, and then you'll have it right there for quick access. Next to that, I've got the daily chart, and each candle here shows 1 day. So like this candle right here was November 9th of 2020, and you can see that right here in this box. It shows the date of whatever candle you're hovering over. So like in this case, I'm hovering over the candle for October 23rd, 2020. Alright, so now that I've explained how to get all that, now I'll go ahead and show you how to get this from the beginning. I'll go ahead and reset this workspace to default. This brings us back to the first page you'll see when you log in for the first time to TD Ameritrade's Thinkorswim. You'll want to go up to Charts, Flexible Grid, and then once you're here, it's a little bit difficult to get it set up exactly the way I like it. There's a couple issues. First, let me start off by saying if you don't have this gray box right here, go up here to the top right where these 9 dots are, left click on that, make sure that Customize Grid is selected. Now on these buttons right here, you can either add one to the top, you can add one to the side, or you can delete using those buttons. And if you remember on the setup that I have one column that goes all the way from the bottom to the top. So the only way to get that is to get rid of that one and then divide this one and this one so that you have that whole area for the time or for the active trader, and then you can add a couple down here. That way you have the news, you have the time and cells, another time and cells in level 2. But the issue here is that whenever we resize these two boxes, it resizes the boxes down here, and I don't like that. That's really annoying. So you can't really get to it from there. So let's kind of start over. So what we'll want to do is we'll get here, we'll add one to the right. So that's going to be our active trader. Now we'll add one at the top, so we've got the two levels. And then we'll add another top so that the center box will be a separator. We'll bring that down, make it as small as we can. Actually, let's get rid of this sidebar, unclick that. Make that as small as we can. Now, we can divide this. When we resize it, it doesn't resize anything below it. Alright, so I do want to make this a little bit smaller. This probably a little bit bigger. I'm just going to eyeball that. Alright, so next thing that we're going to want to do is we're going to need to add, so we've got our news, time and sales, and then another box for level 2. Now that we've got all of our boxes, I do want to make this as small as it'll go. And that's as small as it'll go right there. Any further and it closes. Now I want to make all of these, I want to link all of these boxes so that when I put in a ticker in one box, it populates the rest of the boxes with information for the same ticker. So I'll make them all red. Just click on that icon that looks like a chain link and select whichever color you want. Just make sure it's the same color if you want them all to have the information for the same stock. So now let's put in PHUN, hit enter. Alright, so now when it comes up, they're all charts, and we don't want that. We only want these two to be charts. The rest of them we want to be something else. So go down to here. And right now it's not big enough to show the sidebar, so we'll just kind of stretch it and make it bigger until it shows us the sidebar. Alright, there's our sidebar. So we'll deselect the C for chart and select the N for news, and then click sidebar because we don't need it any longer. Slide that over, deselect C for chart, and then select TS for time and sales. Click the sidebar again because we don't need it. Click the C for a chart, deselecting that, and then again TS for time and sales. Get rid of the sidebar. Deselect the C for chart. Select L2 for level 2. Get rid of the sidebar. Deselect the chart. And then select active trader. Get rid of the sidebar. And now we're pretty much set up the way I had it. Probably just want to make these a little bit shorter. And my chart's a little bigger. I like my charts to be kind of squarish. It kind of changes how the charts look like. If they're longer, then the candles don't seem to be as big. And if they're too tall, then the candles get real big, and it makes it look like big changes are happening, and it's just really not. Anyway, so there's my setup, and there's how to put it together. Now you can create custom styles of charts. You go into this sandwich menu, hit style, go to settings, and you can set all of your chart information here. Here's the appearance, where you can select your colors. This is your background. That's the volume bars. And so here's appearance. You can go in here and make changes so that you can make changes to your chart. So here's your appearance. you can go in here and change what your chart looks like. And then when you're done, hit OK. And then once you've got your chart where you like it, you can go to Style, Save Style, give it a name, and save it. And that way you can pull it back later. I've got mine saved. So I'll go to Style, Load Style, and it's this one, I believe. There we go. That's the way I like it. Same thing here, Style, Load Style. And I got that the way I like it. Alright, so then we just go to those 9 dots again, click off Customize Grid, and this is the important step. You'll want to make sure, click on the 9 dots again, hit Save Flexible Grid As, and then enter in a name for it, and hit Save, and that way, if you change your layout for one reason or it gets changed, you can get back to it really easy. Alright, so if you like the way I've got it set up, but you don't want to go through the process of setting it up, I'll make it a little bit easier for you, and I will just share my setup. Go in here, and I will save Flexible Grid As, make it something recognizable. Mark B. Henry, main layout. Save it. And I'll come over here and I will share it. Share Flexible Grid. I need to share the right one. So then I'll come over here and go to Share Flexible Grid. Go down to Mark V. Henry main layout. Share, and it'll give me a link, and I will put the link down in the description. Then what you'll do with a link is, well, let me go to a different window so that you can see what's going on here. I'm going to go to this multiple time frame. Then I'm going to go to Setup. This is what you'll need to do. Go to Setup, go to Open Shared Item, then paste the link that I'm going to put in the description into that box and hit Preview, and then Import. It's going to open up my layout, but it's going to open it up in a separate window, which is fine, but if you want it to be in the main Thinkorswim window, you'll need to save it. And of course, if you want to use it again, you'll need to save it anyway. So click on the 9 dots, save Flexible Grid As, and go to New Name, My New Layout, hit Save. Then you can close this window, go up here to the 9 dots again, and it will be right here on. You just select it, My New Layout, and then it will change the main page to the layout that I'm using. If you have any questions, just leave them in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.